Okay, we are getting ready to do lesson 4, which is converting customary units of capacity, which is what I started to do on the last lesson before I realized we weren't that far yet. So if you made one of these with me the other day, it will come in handy today. If you didn't make one, we'll go over it again here in just a second, okay, of what this stands for. You can use multiplication to convert units. To change from a larger unit to a smaller unit, you need to multiply. So 1 cup is 8 ounces. 2 cups is 1 pint. 2 pints is 1 quart, and 4 quarts is 1 gallon. So if you kind of think about this, I'll draw it again just so you can kind of see. If you start with the bigger thing, which is a gallon, okay? And so this, like I said last time, is kind of like King Gallon. He's the ruler of everything, okay? For every 1 king gallon, there are 4 queens or quarts, okay? So for every 1 gallon, there are 4 quarts. And you can see that I am telling you the truth because right here, 1 gallon is 4 quarts. And for every 1 quart, there are 2 pints. So in every one of our quarts, we're going to put a P. And if we think of King Gallon, his queens, these are the princesses. Okay, so the pints are the princesses. So we're going to put those in there. So for every quart, there are 2 pints. But if you think about it, for every gallon, how many pints are there? 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay. Now we're going to fill in our royal quart. And in our royal quart, there are 2 for every pint. So in every pint, there are 2 cups. So I'm going to put those in there. For every pint, there are 2 cups. Okay. So if there are 2 cups for every pint, that means there are 4 cups in every quart, and 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 cups in a full gallon, okay? And then if you break it down even further, we know that there are 8 ounces for every cup. Now, I don't have some sort of royalty to assign to my 8s, but just know that for every cup, there are 8 ounces, okay? And this chart will absolutely help us as we do this lesson, okay? Like I said, if you didn't already make this, grab a sheet of paper and do that because it will help you. I think it's easier to visualize rather than trying to use this chart. Okay, so let's move straight into example 1. Marcus has a 2-gallon container of laundry detergent. How many quarts of laundry detergent does he have? How many pints of laundry detergent does he have? Find the number of quarts that are in 2 gallons. Now, they're doing a little bit of multiplication to do that. But if we use our chart and we say the number of quarts that are in 2 gallons, we know that in this 1 gallon, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 quarts, right? But we have 2 gallons, so we could think of that as 2 times 4. And so we know that there are 8 quarts in 2 gallons. So there are 8 quarts in 2 gallons. So you do it by multiplication or by just counting, okay? Find the number of pints that are in 8 quarts. Okay, so if every quart has 2 pints, so I'm going to think of 8 times 2, or I could count 8 quarts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I would do it again. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 8 times 2 is 16. So there are 16 pints in 8 quarts. Marcus has 8 quarts or 16 pints of laundry detergent. Okay, so they kind of multiplied it out for you here, but when you get into ones where they're not giving you the multiplication problem, I bet this is going to come even better and handy. Let's turn the page. All right, so example 2 says complete. 4.5 quarts equals how many pints? Ooh, okay. So here are 4 quarts, and we know that there are 8 pints, but we want 4.5. Ooh, okay, let's see if we can figure that out. There are 2 pints in 1 quart. We know that by looking at this. Since pints are smaller than quarts, multiply 4 times 2. Okay, because that's going to give us our pints, right? So we know that we've got 8 pints in 4 quarts, okay? But then it says multiply the fraction. Multiply 1/2 times 2. So when you multiply 1/2 times 2, that's the same as like 1 over 2 times 2 over 1. So you get 2 halves, which simplifies down to 1. So then it says add the parts. 8 plus 1 is 9. So 4.5 quarts is 9 pints. Okay, now just using this chart over here, let's think about this. If I have 4.5 quarts, here are my 4 quarts, and then half of 1 quart. So you could just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then half of 1 would be 9. Okay, so it's easy to visualize with this. All right. Moving down to the bottom on guided practice, it says 10 quarts equals how many pints? So if I have 10 of these Qs, okay, how many pints for every Q? There are 2. Well, I want to kind of write this out. 2 times 10 equals 20, right? Because 10 quarts, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then if you drew out 10 of them, you could, essentially do that. You could say quart, 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 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then if you drew in your pints in every single one of those, that might take you a while, but if you needed to do that, that's fine, because sometimes we need to just see what we're doing. And if that's the case, that's completely fine. Whatever works best for you works great for me. So if you have to draw all those in, that's fine. Okay, so then you could count all your pints. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Or you could just multiply it out. Whatever works best for you. Okay, question 2 says, for 3.5 cups, how many ounces is that? So I know that in 1 cup, that's 8 ounces, okay? So for 3 cups, that would be 3 times 8, which is 24 ounces. I know that in a 1/2 cup, that would be half of that, there would be 4 ounces. Okay, so then I'm going to add 24 plus my half, because 3.5. So that's going to give me 28 ounces. So I'm just going to write that right there. Okay, if you wanted to refer over here for 3.5 cups, you could kind of do it this way. 8, 16, 24, and then half of that would be 4, so 28. So you can kind of refer to this also. Okay. Number 3, 5 quarts equals how many pints? So these are my quarts here. I want to know how many pints are in each of my quarts. So if I have 5 of these, that's 5 quarts. How many pints are in each quart? 2. So 5 times 2 is 10. So that means 5 quarts is 10 pints, or you could do it this way. 2, 4, 6, 8, and then think of another gallon here, 10. So there you go. Okay. All right, number 4 says complete each conversion table. 1 pint, right here, has how many cups? 2 cups, okay? And then it says 1, 2. 2 pints would be, look at here, 2, 4, 4 cups. So I'm going to write 2, 4. 3 cups, 2, 4, 6, has 6. I might have said cups. I meant 3 pints has 6 cups. So we would say 3, 6. Okay. 4 pints, 2, 4, 6, 8, has 8 cups. So 4, 8. See how handy this comes for when you're doing all this? All right. Now we're going to do gallons. Oh, okay. So we have 1 gallon here. Okay. If we had 2 of these, how many quarts would there be? If there's 4 in 1 gallon, there would be double that for 2, so 8 quarts. So for 2 gallons, we have 8 quarts. What did we multiply by? We multiplied by 4. We can continue multiplying by 4 to figure out the rest of these. So 4 times 4 is 16, so that's going to be 4, 16. 6 times 4 is 24. So we're going to have 6, 24. 8 times 4 is 32. So we're going to have 8, 32. Okay. You could check up here and see if, multiplying worked too. To get from 1 to 2, I multiplied by 2. To get from 2 to 4, I multiply by 2, multiply by 2, multiply by 2. So you can always use multiplication, or you can use a picture. Okay, whatever works best for you. All right, let's move on. I just realized I have this scrunchie around my wrist. I'm going to pull that off. It's kind of getting on my nerves. All right, let's look at question 6. Still doing a conversion table. So now I'm going from quarts to pints. So for every quart, there are 2 pints. So if I have 1 quart, that means I have 2 pints. So I'm going to say 1, 2. If I have 2 quarts, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 pints. So I'm going to say 2, 4. Let me put some parentheses around these. Okay, if I have 3 quarts, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pints. So I'm going to say 3, 6. And if I have 4 pints, 4 quarts, I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pints. So I'm going to do that. So then I'm going to say 4, 8. Now, if I wanted to use multiplication to do this, I would say that I know for every 1 quart, there are 2 pints. So I'm going to multiply by 2. And if you go back and check, it works out. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 2 is 6. 4 times 2 is 8. Okay. Moving on to number 7. This time I'm going from pints to cups. So in each of my pint, there are 2 cups. So if I have 5 pints, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, how many cups are that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So for 5 pints, there are 10 cups. So 5, 10. If I have 7 pints, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, there are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 cups. So 7, 14. What am I doing every time? Multiplying by 2. So if I keep that up, for every 9 pints, there will be 18 cups. So 9, 18. For every 11 pints, there are 22 cups. So 11, 22. Okay. All right. On 8 through 13, it's basically the same thing. We're just not doing it in a chart. All right. It says 8 cups is how many ounces? So 1 cup we know is 8 ounces. And so if we have 8 eighths, that's going to be what? Same as saying 8 times 8, which is 64 ounces. Okay, so 8 cups is 64 ounces. And you could do that by saying, okay, count by your 8s, 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, 64. There you go. I don't know why I couldn't think of 64. When was the last number I needed to say? So I had 8 cups, and then I counted by 8s to get my ounces. All right, number 8, I have 6.5 gallons, and I want to know how many quarts that is. So for 1 gallon, that is 4 quarts. For 6 gallons, that would be 6 times 4, which is 24. And then in a half of a gallon, there would only be 2 quarts. So 24 plus those 2 quarts is going to give me 26 quarts. Okay, let me make sure I did that right. Yep, 6 times 4 is 24, and then add on my 2 for my half. All right, number 10, blank quarts is how many gallons? So, blank quarts is 5 gallons. So if I had 5 gallons, okay, and it takes 4 quarts to make a gallon, I'm going to say 5 times 4, and I'm going to get 20. So 20 quarts makes 5 gallons. Okay. And you could think about, you could draw out 5 gallons and put your 4 quarts in each one and count, or you could just multiply. Okay. 5.5 cups is how many ounces? Okay. So 1 cup we know is 8 ounces. And so if I count 5 cups, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? 5 times 8 is 40, and then I have half of this cup. So half of 8 is 4, so I'm going to take my 40 and then my half, which is 4, so it's going to be 44 ounces, okay? Because 5 times 8 is 40, and then half is half of 8, so 44. All right. How many cups is 15 pints? So if I counted 15 of these pints, how many cups would that be? Well, for every pint, there are 2 cups. So think about it in a chart. 1 pint is 2 cups. 2 pints is 4 cups. 3 is 6. 4 is 8. What do I do every time? I just double it. So 15 doubled would be 30 cups. So 30 cups equals 15 pints. Number 13, 16 cups is how many ounces? So that's going to be one that I'm not probably going to know off the top of my head, but I know that for every 1 cup, there are 8 ounces. So I would count by 8s up to 16 times, but if I just do this, it's going to be the easiest way probably. 6 times 8 is 48. Almost wrote the 4 down there. 8 times 1 is 8 plus 4 is 12. So it should be 128 ounces. Okay. I keep questioning myself. I hope that's right. I messed up on that one video the other day, and now I keep getting scared that I mess up again. I'm pretty sure that's right though. Okay. Question 14, we are comparing and we're using greater than, less than, or equal to signs. 4 quarts, so that's 4 of these, is less than, greater than, or equal to 10 pints. So 10 pints would be, here's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So that would be like 5 quarts. So 10 pints is going to be more because for 4 quarts, that would just be 8 pints. So 10 pints is bigger than 4 quarts. Okay. I hope I explained that well. Okay. Hopefully as we go through these, you can kind of see it better. Oh my goodness. 10 gallons would be 1,280 fluid ounces. Holy, holy. Okay, so let's think about this. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 cups in a gallon. And 8 ounces each. And that's actually what we just figured out up here was 128. And then, oh, you know what? If I multiply that number by 10, what am I going to get? 1,280. So 10 gallons actually equals 1,280 fluid ounces. Yeah. Because we know how many ounces are in 1 gallon, right? We figured that out on this problem. See how I always remind you guys to look back at the problems you already done? It can save you some work. So I know that this is 1 gallon, 128 ounces, and then 10 gallons. So I just multiply and get 1,280, and that's equal. All right, number 16, 1 quart is something to 2 cups. So 1 quart or 2 cups, which is bigger? 1 quart. It takes 4 cups to make 1 quart. So 2 cups is going to be less than 1 quart, or 1 quart is greater than 2 cups. Okay. Number 17, 1 gallon is something to 16 cups. Well, I'm pretty sure, I'm going to count just to be sure, but I think that's equal because in every gallon there are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 cups. That's right. That is equal. All right, number 18, 5 quarts is 25 cups, or is something to 25 cups. I don't know if it is or not. Let's count. 5 quarts would be this, 5 of these, or 25 cups. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Another quart would be 18, 20. So 5 quarts is going to be smaller than 25 cups because 5 quarts is only 20 cups. All right, number 19, 12 ounces, 12 fluid ounces is something to 2 cups. So 2 cups is 16 ounces, right? Because 8 plus 8 is 16. So 12 ounces is going to be less than 2 cups. All right, moving on along. How many times greater is the capacity of 1 gallon than 1 quart? Okay, well, let's think about this. How many quarts does it take to make a gallon? 4, right? So a gallon is 4 times greater than a quart. Okay. How many times greater is the capacity of 1 cup than 1 fluid ounce? How many ounces does it take to make a cup? 8. So it is 8 times greater. Okay. If you have any questions, please go back and watch, because I feel like this is a concept that's kind of hard to like grasp. So please go back and watch if you have questions. Please use this chart. Okay. We have one last page left to do. All right. Number 22. Lucia is making 2 gallons of soup. How many cups of soup is Lucia making? So if I have 2 gallons of soup, okay, how many cups are in 1 gallon? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 cups, right? So we're going to say 2 times 16. That's not really a basic fact, but I feel like you probably know that one. 2 times 16 is 32. So she's got 32 cups of soup. Okay. Number 23, Thomas is buying a 2-cup container of liquid dish soap. How many ounces of soap is he buying? So if he's buying 2 cups, and how many ounces is in each cup? 8. So I'm going to say 2 times 8 equals 16. So he's buying 16 ounces of dish soap. Danielle, oh, my name is in the book. Danielle is using 2 quarts of water in a recipe. How many cups of water is she using? So if I have 2 quarts, okay, and for every quart, how many cups are there? So in this 1 quart, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 cups, right? So I'm going to say times 4, and 2 times 4 is 8. So she is using 8 cups of what, water? Yeah, of water. So if you look at that, you can easily see that, because 2 quarts right here, just look at these 2. Count how many cups there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There you go. All right, number 25. Karen is buying 4 gallons of orange juice and 4 pints of apple juice. How many total quarts is she buying? Okay, so, ooh, this is a tricky question. Okay, so orange juice, I'm just going to put OJ, is 4 gallons. And 4 gallons equals how many, what am I going to? Quarts. So 4 gallons equals blank quarts. Okay, I'm just going to set it up first. And then for apple juice, they have 4 pints. So I'm going to say 4 pints equals blank quarts. Okay. And then I'm going to add that up together at the end. This is a very tricky question. If you were doing like your state testing at the end of the year, which we're not, because, you know, we're not at school, but if we were, this right here is one of those test questions, believe me. All right, so let's look at this. 4 gallons equals how many quarts? How many quarts are in a gallon? 4. So I'm going to say 4 times 4. So 4 gallons is 16 quarts, okay? AJ has 4 pints of, AJ, no, Karen has 4 pints of apple juice. I said AJ like that was the name. All right, well, sorry. 4 pints is how many quarts? So 4 pints, 1, 2, 3, 4. How many quarts is that if you look here? It's only 2 quarts, okay? So then it wants to know how many total quarts of juice is she buying. So I'm going to do 16 plus 2, which equals 18. My final answer on that question is 18. Oh, I should put my unit. It's 18 quarts. Let me add that in, okay? All right, so look, this question right here, if you were able to do that one on your own, you are a superstar, because that is a hard question. Because it's easy to just say gallon, you know, you thinking pints, quarts. You've got 3 different things you're dealing with here, so it is kind of hard. Number 26. Circle the measurement that does not belong with the other three. Explain your reasoning and include a measurement that would belong. So let's think about this. We've got 4 pints, 2 quarts, 8 cups, 1 gallon. Okay, so let's just look over here at our, at this. See, I think this is going to help. So 4 pints would be right here. 2 quarts right here. 8 cups, 2, 4, 6, 8 right here. 1 gallon, which didn't belong. The gallon didn't belong because all of these were equal to just this part. So what could we write right here to make it, make this the same? We could, you know, what part of the gallon is this? It's half of the gallon, okay? So if we wanted to make this right, we could say this could be a half gallon. That would make these all equal. Or if we wanted, we could report ounces, right? And how many ounces would be right here? We'd have 8, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 8, which would be 64. So all of this is equal. 4 pints is equal to 2 quarts, which is equal to 8 cups, which was equal to half a gallon, which is equal to 64 ounces. So all of that's equal. All right. 27, how are gallons and fluid ounces related? Well, let's think about this. They both measure what? Capacity, okay? That for every 1 gallon, there are 128 ounces. So that's how they're related. Can't really think of any other ways that they'd be related. So yeah, I think that's a good question. Or a good answer. I'm not going to write all that out. You can if you want. What you need to do now is do your homework page. Highly suggest using this. Do your homework page front and back, and then have somebody at your house check you. Once you do that, you can do the progress check on Schoology if you're in my class. If you're not in my class, thank you for watching. I'm happy to help you. For my class, we only have 1 more lesson left for the school year, which will be lesson 5, customary units of weight. I will try to, though, at least keep uploading 2 videos per week to finish out the book. Once I finish out the book, I'm going to start back at chapter 1 and go through that. So if anybody wants some extra help during the summer, I am going to be providing that, hopefully, if I don't get too lazy. I'm going to try not to. So if you are watching from somewhere else in the world, please leave us a comment, like the video. Let us know where you're watching from. I've heard of one person watching from California, but nobody else has left their location. So if you're watching from somewhere else, just comment and let me know. I'd like to know who all is watching my videos. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe so that you'll know when I upload a new video. And I think that's it for now. I feel like a real YouTuber when I say that. Please like and subscribe and check the little bell icon so that you'll get notified every time I post a new video. If you'd like to follow me on Instagram. No, I'm just kidding. I was trying to do my little James Charles impression, but I won't. Yeah, so just follow me if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.